Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I am not normally one to keep up with internet drama, boys and girls. It's just not something that I'm into. There's plenty of other YouTube channels that cover that stuff and do a great job of it. It's just not my kind of thing. I think a bunch of YouTube personalities or internet personalities in general arguing with each other is simply a waste of time. And because of the fact that we simply have much bigger dragons to slay out there, we have major corporations that are honestly causing a lot of the infighting. And if people would start to wake up and realize that it's the major corporations, it's the puppet masters behind the scenes that are intentionally doing things just to divide us, to cause us on opposite sides. And at the end of the day, if we'd all just kind of come together and realize that really they are the problem and we would all unite together and end up being able to take them down. And that's exactly what they fear the most. So I generally try to avoid that kind of stuff. I'm not into the bickering back and forth and all of that kind of stuff. But there were some very tragic events that happened over the weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, the fallout from that has been absolutely wild, because there's a lot of people out there that say a lot of dumb things. And at the end of the day, shame needs to be made something that is absolutely great again. And we need to end up bringing cultural enforcement back to the world at large. And one of those things that's happening out there is there are people out there on platforms now that are absolutely enforcing those kind of equal things and those kind of equal rules, because it used to be the rules were equal for everybody on both sides of the plane. Said if you said certain things, if you did certain things, well, you weren't allowed to do and allowed to be able to be responsible for certain things, or in this case, make money off of certain things. And that's perfectly okay. It's your platform, it's your decision. But when the rules are applied equally, it really comes to a shock to the system for a lot of these people out there. And it probably came to quite a shock to none other than Destiny himself, a streamer who I really haven't had any interaction with. I really don't watch any of his content, but I love a lot of my friends who do interact, who are well aware of what he does and who he is, and they have made me very well aware of who he is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Destiny has been demonetized over on our dear sweet Elon Musk's platform of X, because he decided to make light of a tragedy and make some really dumb statements out there that simply were not acceptable and clearly violate X's terms of service. And boys and girls, how will they rage and how will they scream when the rules are equally applied to them? Because guess what? Twitter is now actually a two-way street, and is no longer just the hypocrisy holdover of all of the acolytes of the cult that once controlled it and made it where only one opinion was allowed. Those days are long gone, boys and girls. Thank you, Elon Musk. So we got a lovely article over here from That Part Place. Elon Musk appears to demonetize streamer Destiny on X after hateful posts about a murder victim, Corey Comparati. I really need to find somebody that can say that word out loud and tell me how to pronounce it, because I deeply feel bad. Corey Comparator. Corey, either way, the victim Corey, shout out, the dude was a hero. He was trying to shield his family from what happened, ended up losing his own life in that. And of course, leave it to somebody like Destiny to show his true colors and completely, totally, and crap all over the memory of someone who used their last act to save people's lives. So we're going to share this article from That Part Place, getting all the juicy details of exactly what Destiny has said, which will probably end up being way too spicy for YouTube. So make sure, if you haven't already, like this video, share it with all your friends, subscribe and or follow if you have not already, and leave us a comment down below to try to push back against all of the algorithm nonsense that YouTube tries to constantly bury things. And shout out to our wonderful friends over at Rumble, the free speech alternative. Go check us out over there. So Elon Musk signaled he would demonetize streamer Destiny, aka Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II, following his hateful post about murder victim Corey. And guess what? Now the rules are being applied fairly, and boy, doesn't it suck when it hits you at home. So Corey was identified as a murder victim by the Pennsylvania State Police after an assassin attempted to murder former President Donald Trump at a campaign event in Butler, Pennsylvania. A Facebook post shared by Corey's daughter, Allison, detailed he died saving her and his wife's life. She wrote, "The media will not tell you that he died a real-life superhero. They are not going to tell you how quickly he threw my mom and I to the ground. They are not going to tell you that he shielded my body from the bullet that came at us." Wow. After Corey was identified as one of the victims, he made wait a minute, he missed it. After Corey was identified as one of the victims, Destiny made a number of posts disparaging him. In a post that has now been removed by X for violating the company's rules. Because that was always the thing, and people are going to go, well, now, aren't you hypocrites? No. All we ever asked for was for the rules to be clear and they to be applied equally to everybody, which we have time and time again seen example after example of that not happening. Certain things being perfectly okay for one side to say, but not the other. The hypocrisy is what made us angry. We have no problem following the rules. It's the other side that has an issue with that. In a post that has now been removed by X for following its rules, Destiny wrote, "This is fucking retard that got killed at the Trump rally. Fucking LMAO." Wow. Wow. This is your voice of reason over there on the left, huh? This is the guy that so many people who are more independent-minded, more libertarian, or some may even dare say conservative-minded. I would just say they're common sense folks, but at the end of the day, this is the person over on the other side that all of you out there claim you can reach out to and have reasonable conversations with. This is the person who is reasonable on the other side? Holy cow. I hate to see what you consider unreasonable. In another he wrote, "I'm sure Corey and Babbitt are both having fun with each other in hell right now." If you don't remember, Ashley Babbitt is the one who was the military veteran who was shot by the Capitol Police out there in the January 6th peaceful protest. So yeah, this is the guy you guys enjoy having conversations with? Really? And y'all wonder why I don't bother with this nonsense. In another post he wrote, "Oh, don't you mean the bleachers he wanted to die on?" Because Kay here replies, "This is the hill you want to die on? Don't you mean the bleachers he wanted to die on? Ha 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 ha! Isn't Destiny so funny? Isn't Destiny so clever?" Yeah, I'd love to have this guy on my show to have a conversation about things. Now, don't get me wrong. I would gladly have a conversation with this person who disagrees with me on all things, because I'm willing to house everybody, because I'm a free speech absolutist. I want the dumb things you say to be out there in public. But this is the reasonable person on the side? Not so much. Not so much. So Dom Luker, breaker of narratives out here, puts on there on Elon Musk. Puts out there on a tweet out that says, and doesn't even tag Elon. "Dear Elon Musk, why are there ads on the omni-liberal profile? I believe this page is now in violation of the hate or extremist content and sensitive content section of X standards. This means his account should be permanently suspended from X ads revenues sharing program." Now, mind you, we're not saying remove him from the platform. They're not even saying ban him, because bans don't happen on X anymore. Right? At least supposedly. They're not supposed to. They're only supposed to be gone for a few days, and then guess what? Everybody gets to come back. Right? It's not like the other platforms who nuke you forever. No. You just get basically a temporary suspension, much like Twitch used to be. For some people, anyway. Or still is for some people. Right here. So, Musk responded, "You're right. This is not appropriate content for advertisers. You're still allowed to speak. It's still a mostly free speech platform. You just can't promise Elon's not going to allow you to make money off his platform while you say dumb things that violate his rules." Destiny responded to Musk's post. "The free speech advocate himself has arrived. What happened to fuck advertisers, eh?" Well, that was advertisers that were strictly refusing to advertise on his platform because of his stance on free speech. Clearly, the advertisers that are actually currently advertising on X, well, they probably don't have a problem with it, which is why they're advertising on the platform. Unlike Disney, unlike a lot of these other major corporations, which is exactly who Elon Musk was calling out, i.e. the line about Bob Iger shortly afterwards. But of course, that wouldn't fit your agenda. That wouldn't fit your narrative, Destiny, because then all of your blind followers would actually be exposed to who Elon was actually talking about, and then that would completely and totally destroy your argument. And you simply can't allow that, now could you? So, of course, it goes on and on with more people that talk about this kind of stuff, the accidental kind of things that go on, and it's just one of them situations where this is kind of one of those things. At the end, this guy declares, "What is free speech gives you? Absolute free speech. But on the liberty of license gives you the devil's tools for actually wrecking all the social bonds and just tearing them apart. And guess what? I don't care. I don't care. Thus, Elon Musk is justified in demonetizing Destiny, given he's clearly not pursuing truth and goodness, but is rather calling for wicked things that cause all sort of havocs for society. Because shout out to John Trent, he always gives us a wonderful religious explanation on things, and I'm totally okay with this. But at the end of the day, free speech should be absolute. But at the end of the day, you also are going to be responsible for the consequences of the dumbass things that come out of your mouth. Destiny decided to go on a social media platform that he was currently monetized on and say a bunch of dumb things that absolutely violated the rules. So guess what? You lose your monetization status. Just like YouTube has done time and time again, either by mistaken accident that they corrected later or by a permanent change. Permanently demonetizing people. This is stuff that we have seen happen time and time again. Where was Destiny out there defending those people who lost their ability to monetize on a social media platform? Where was Destiny out there defending Alex Jones when he got nuked from all of his platforms? I don't care about your opinion about Alex Jones or what he said. At the end of the day, the man is allowed to speak. It is your God-given right to open your mouth and say dumbass shit. And me personally, I want it put on display. I want to be able to see it. I want to know what Destiny thinks because I want to be able to shame him and avoid people that say insane, stupid things like this and make sure that nobody that I'm involved with, and certainly none of the multiple children that I am raising are influenced by anything this dumbass says. So yeah, Destiny is your reasonable person over on the other side. This insanity has to end. People like this should be shamed. People like this should be called out. And guess what? No, you shouldn't be able to make money on X's platform if you violate their rules. Big Shoot will gladly take you, Destiny. Go enjoy it. Have fun with that kind of nonsense. At the end of the day, you're just another leftist possessed by the spirit of the age, spouting their dumbass talking points, saying things that think you're edgy. And then, when all of a sudden the rules are applied equally to you too, just like they've been done to so many other people out there, oh, you clutch your pearls and scream free speech. Oh, it sucks when the rules are applied to you equally, doesn't it, Destiny? Guess what, boys and girls? For a long time, it might have only been a one-way street, but at least for now, X is officially fair game and the rules apply to everybody. So cry some more, Destiny. Enjoy the consequence culture of your actions and words. Sucks, doesn't it?